hard core. The hard core means people, not just any people, but a special group of people who live in the DP camps in Europe. The old, the sick, the disabled. They are refugees, and so they are also homeless and unwanted. This is their story, the story of the hard core. This man is a displaced person. He's in a hurry because he's leaving a DP camp in Germany. This man is a displaced person too. He must stand aside while thousands of DPs leave the camps and himself behind. Every day he watches them go on a journey that he can only dream about. IRO, in the 3 years of its operation, has moved almost 1 million displaced persons out of the camps of Germany and Austria. It is the largest peacetime mass movement in history. The displaced have been offered homes and jobs by individuals, voluntary societies, and governments all over the world. They are finding their places as citizens of free countries. This man is only one of thousands of human beings called the hard core. They have not been offered homes. They live in the vacuum of the DP camp. And now for these unwanted, time is running out. IRO is ending. They know it. They dread it. These are the victims of the war who are more than displaced. Most nations have closed their doors to the blind, the old, the sick. Here are some of the hard core. Here are the children born in the slave labor camps of the Nazis, born in the post-war DP camps. Most of the children in this hospital have tuberculosis of the bone. Their cure takes a long time. And often, a family must decide, leave the sick child behind or wait and perhaps lose all chance of emigrating. These are also hardcore. In IRO's rehabilitation centers, they find the chance they need to make themselves whole again. She lost both her arms. With new ones, she has to learn a new sense of balance. For them, every step is a challenge. Every step brings them closer to their goal. To be like other people. To be able to walk again. They play these games for control and coordination. Weeks are spent in exercising, and each week brings them closer to the time, to the hour all these hours are for. The final examination. He has passed it. This is the most wonderful day in his life. For this man lost both his legs during the war. Now he has learned to walk again. At the same time, these people have been learning to work again, acquiring new skills or practicing old ones. This man is a bookbinder. These women are learning to operate a knitting machine. Many well-tailored clothes have been made by this skilled craftsman. This man is almost totally blind, but his fingers have learned to distinguish the different colors of his yarns. Such handicap is great, but her will to conquer it is greater. Skilled auto mechanics and machinists, capable of taking care of themselves and their families. Now they work and wait for the day when some country will tell them, "We have a place for you," as the Netherlands has done. This country sent a mission into a rehabilitation center. To some of the handicapped and their families, the Netherlands was able to offer homes and jobs. Yes, a few countries are helping the hardcore. Sweden is taking some of the tubercular cases, heartened by the certainty of a secure future. No longer DPs and unwanted. Surely their cure will be faster. A ship carrying the old and the sick. Destination, Israel, who has opened her gates. France sent a mission into the DP camps. She held out a warm hand to the lonely aged. The shores of Denmark are rich indeed for these old people. Here they find dignity and peace, spending their days in the sun after the barren years in the DP camps. In a nearby Danish sanitarium, these children, once hardcore, have been cured of tuberculosis of the bone. And at an airport in Munich, a happy day arrives for others of the hardcore. For these blind DPs and their families, Norway sent a special plane. The chance to be a part of a normal community is theirs at last. And they lose no time learning the ways of their new country. A teacher from the local high school volunteers to instruct these people who will be his countrymen. Though it's hard to learn a language, especially for the blind, the incentive is strong. This is the language of their new homeland. The wife of one of the blind DPs, at her first day at work, already feels at home. Now, after many years, she is useful and independent. For a few of the blind, life in Norway began with light. A beginning from which they had not dared to dream. Norwegian eye specialists found that with treatment, some could be able to see again. An operation has restored the sight in one eye for this 17-year-old boy who was totally blind. Behind him is the lonely world of the blind. Where before there was darkness, now there is light. Ahead for all these accepted ones is a bright and hopeful future. A new life, here in Norway and other countries. The ex-hardcore. But what of the thousands left behind, hoping for a door to open to them, the old among the hardcore, who sit with patient, folded hands? The children, rich with promise, who wait and grow older waiting. The handicapped, never letting themselves believe that they will be forgotten. Will they be forgotten? That is the story of the hardcore. But so far, it is a story without an end. And that is the big question. What will be the end for the thousands still left in Germany and Austria? Let's ask that question of J. Donald Kingsley, Director General of the International Refugee Organization.
We don't want to leave any of the DPs behind, Mr. Abel. Our objective is to move all of them out of Germany and Austria, especially these people in the hardcore. We're doing everything we possibly can. We have sent representatives around the world to find homes for them. We have discussed the question with governments, with private organizations, both in Europe and in North America. There is no lack of sympathy. Everywhere, people who know the story and understand it are willing and anxious to help. The problem is time. IRO goes out of existence in the spring of 1951, and those who have not been moved by then may have lost their last chance. The end of the story is up to governments, to people and groups of people all over the world who are willing to help us.